Okay, we've solved Zoom. We solved it. So we had a good conversation last week about just how to be more missional and incarnational as a team. We talked about basically as we grow, as we not as we grow even as we grow in these early stages, how important it is that we're intentional about being multi-ethnic. Where with me as the founding pastor, it's the natural kind of gravitational pull is for white people to feel comfortable being at our church. And so for us to be really intentional about making all people comfortable at our church, as well as being incarnational with the way we spend our time and the things we do. So we talked about some great ideas. We went around and did that. It was really good. So I want to give you a couple updates as well as some opportunities. One of them, this was cool. Like the next day, I got an email from the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. They're looking for reading mentors. So the Boys and Girls Club has their programming during the school year here from 3 until 7, and then they have their yeah, that might not be a good game for right now. And then in the summer, they have it from 11 until 5. And so there's some what they're looking for is to come in and read to kids for 30 minutes. Just reading a book to kids for 30 minutes. And so I told them I would mention it to our team. I know that there's some, restraints there with your work schedules and things like that. They would like volunteers who could do that weekly, which I know is a big commitment as well. So I'm wondering if you have any feedback. They're just kind of brainstorming right now. Do you have feedback on, I don't know, if what could make that sustainable for you or maybe for other volunteers? For example, yeah, go ahead, Jen.
Well, even if there was a tag team of people that said,
oh, can I have somebody do this?
Yeah.
Thanks, Lucero.
Try
not to touch the top.
I would like them to have a wait list. Like I can't do it during the school year, but I would love to do that during the summer. So it'd be nice if I could just put my name on a list and they call me kind of when the summer is about to happen so that I can do that. Yes.
Okay, so summer would be good.
And then the other thing is if it's during the school year and some people have a hard time making a commitment every week, could there be a team of 2 people that volunteer for the same time, but they go every other week? So they're still developing relationships with that kid, but they know it's going to be one of 2 people every time. And that might make it a lot more sustainable. And I think, I don't know, it just might make more people be willing to do it if they don't have to do it every single week, or they know there's a backup plan if they can't be there.
Great. Yeah. Any other feedback like that? That's what we're looking for.
Do they want people to like help the kids learn how to read or just read to them?
I don't know. Just
Okay.
read to them, I think. Abigail, what do you got?
She's gonna take over.
Oh, she's the
Yeah.
Brian. What do you
She
got?
was taking over. My mom does it and loves it. I think it's great. Did they say anything about time of day?
Well, just during their program. So it's from 3 to 7 during the school year, and then 11 to 5 in the summer.
And it's a specific day or any day?
Monday through Friday.
Wow, okay. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Well, they want a volunteer to commit to weekly. So like you would come in every Tuesday for 30 minutes or every Thursday for 30 minutes, whatever day you pick.
I like partner. Like if we signed up for a slot.
Yeah.
that would be good. And then if there's a backup person in case you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Great, good feedback. Anything else?
Are kids allowed to read to other kids? Because like Lexi and like Rosie.
I would probably say no. I don't think that's.
I didn't know if there were younger kids that they could read to.
Maybe, yeah. I see that. I see what you mean. I see that. I could ask. Yeah.
Do we have someone that does any, group, or is that something that you could take on? Because I know corporations oftentimes partner with this sort of thing. I mean, we did that at Gordon's.
Yeah.
Partnership that they have with Wyoming schools.
I could ask. I think his request to me was more like based on our relationship, like
Sure.
seeing if it's something we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I can find out. Or I mean, I can if they're like just looking for ideas of doing it in general.
Right.
Yeah.
For us, but that was part of our like built into our workday, where we could leave and go do our mentoring and then come back. And
Okay,
our corporation partnered with that idea.
nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll mention that. That's great.
Noah, are they books that they select or can we select?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I get the idea that it's just like little kids. So probably just like kids' books that I'm not sure who's providing the books. I'm not sure. Any other feedback on that? Cool. All right. Very good. A couple other things that we have to do. One great news is their family events are back on. So some of you were here in November for the Thanksgiving event that we did. Raise your hand if you were here. I think it's just a handful of us. So about a dozen of us were at that. And, you know, I think if we just, my goal with those, so these family events, they were closed down because of COVID from December until now, they're back open again. And the more consistent we can be, the more relationships we're going to build with kids. And then at the family events, some of the parents come out, they're invited as well. And so let me give you some dates, and these are going to be on the church calendar as well. Again, if you don't have the church calendar linked to your phone, you can text the words Mosaic calendar to our text-in number, which is over on the table, and you'll get our calendar synced to your phone. Teddy, do you mind grabbing those little colorful info cards on the corner? Yep, and just pass them. You can just pass them all around. If you don't have the number, it's on there. Text the word Mosaic calendar to that number, and then you'll get our calendar into your phone. March 29th is the next family event. It's March Madness themed, but it'll be like last time where it's a dinner. We'll help serve food. We'll eat with the kids and their families and hang out. So I don't know the exact time yet, but it'll be dinner time. So put that in your calendar. And then April 13th is the next one for April, and that's going to be Easter themed. I did request, I'm waiting to hear back, if, it's out of the way here. I asked if we could sponsor an Easter egg hunt at that event. So we would provide like the eggs and the candy and bags. And then in the bags, we would have the invite flyer for our grand opening, which would be the same week. It's Easter Sunday, you know, kind of thing. So I'll let you know about that, but mark that date down. So April 13th and March 29th. And for those, you do have to fill out a Boys and Girls Club volunteer application and turn it in here to the Boys and Girls Club. If you would like one of those, we have them in here. And this is really, if you think you will ever, they're here on the left side over here. If you want one, I think they're a couple pages long. You don't have to grab one. Some of you already have done them. But if you think you'll ever volunteer here, you just want to get in their system so that you're ready to go. And we have that online as well if you need it. Next, Victoria, I'm gonna pass it over to you to tell us more about the race, power of an illusion. So one thing, as Victoria and I talked about the discussion last week that came up out of that, this is not on the church calendar yet, but this is something we're going to be promoting both as a educational tool for people in our church, as well as part of our outreach as we promote our grand opening, for people in the neighborhood, for people to know what it is we're about as a church, in our DNA when it comes to racial equity, and that being part of the kingdom values that we talk about in our mission statement. So Victoria, can you just briefly tell us about it, and then about the documentary, and just a little bit about the invitation. And I can tell you real quickly, we're looking at April 24th. These are Sundays over lunch. So right after church, April 24th, which is the week after we launch, May 1st, May 15th, for the 3 weeks of watching this documentary together, discussing it, and then on June 5th, having another day of discussion based on what we watch. So Victoria, tell us just a little bit about that so people have some idea.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. This series called Race, the Power of an Illusion has been a series that's been really close to my heart since I first watched it back in 2007. It came out in 2003. But what I've watched over the years is that they keep adding resources to it. So at this point, I have printed off probably a 3-ring binder full of resources because they are constantly delving into their research and making it available on PBS for all to see. It's 3 55-minute segments. And the first one is the difference between us. And a bunch of college students got together and swabbed their DNA, took finger pricks and drew some of their blood and did an investigation about what's going on biologically between ethnic groups. It was really fascinating to watch them engage in this investigation. And then the second one is about the stories we tell. And it's a segment that talks about how the United States of America created a story to tell all Americans with regard to what's going on with racial issues. So just by the name of this segment, it gives indication that there are not a lot of facts that we've been told. There are a lot of stories that we have been told about how this nation came into being with regard to issues of race. And then the third segment is the house we live in, and it's talking about all the laws. Well, I can't say all the laws, but many of the laws that we are governed by in this United States that set us all up for discrimination and stereotyping. So it's a very, very provocative 3-hour segment, and they provide flyers and ways to promote it. And I've been a part of churches who have had like Sunday night invitations to the neighborhood to come out and watch these series. And then they have a lot of questions that you can ask after each of the series. So it gets people talking about what they've seen on the film and talking about some of the things that they have really been led astray about. So those 3 Sundays that Noah talked about are the 3 Sundays that we're going to pass out, and it will be a flyer that announces Mosaic's presence in the neighborhood. And then the other half of the flyer would talk about this opportunity to talk about race, the power of an illusion.
All right. Thanks, Victoria. So if you have questions, you can talk to me or to Victoria, and we'll have more info on that. And we'll go from there. One thing before I forget, Felicia, who's the director here at the Boys and Girls Club, she's like my main contact. She's the one that gives us permission to do different things. She's really great. She's gonna be going on maternity leave soon. She's having a baby. And so we bought a gift card to Bye Bye Baby, and I have a card here that I wrote a little note in. I know probably none of you, maybe a couple of you met her. Most of you don't know her, but if you feel up for it, you can just sign your name on the card and maybe write a little something like, if you want to be praying for her or just a word of encouragement. I'm just going to leave this on her desk, and I wrote a little note in there just thanking her for being, they really are gracious to us here. Tim asked about putting a little sign out, and they said yes. So good idea, and just stuff like that. Like that's really rare that a nonprofit would let a church, put signage out during the week, and just they want to promote our stuff. They want to help their kids come to church here. It's really, really great. So I just want to just bless her with a nice gift card and some nice words from us. So you don't have to write it. We probably wouldn't fit everybody's name on there if we tried. But just if you want to, or yeah, and her name is written on the envelope, so you know how to spell it. Couple other dates, and then we'll pass it back to Victoria for our devotional. March 5th, I just want to pass this on to you. I know this isn't like an official church thing, just in case this strikes you. I have a heart for refugees, and God opened up an opportunity with a Congolese refugee pastor and church. I got to preach there a couple months ago. They're in Caledonia. They meet Sunday evenings at 3:00. Services translated English and Swahili. And the pastor invited me to their fundraising gala. So it's a Saturday, it's going to be a worship service. It's at their building. I just want to give you guys the date. If it's something that strikes you, don't feel like obligated to go or anything, but it's March 5th at 4 p.m. and the church is called True Vine Church, and it's in Caledonia. So it's just going to be a worship service. There's going to be food there, African food that they've made, and it's going to be a fundraiser. And they're trying to raise money to buy a van so that they can pick people up to bring them to church. So I just wanted to pass that along to you all, and feel free to ask me more about it if you want more details. And then one other thing like that, again, I know it's a lot, but I just figured I'll pass it on to you if you feel led towards this. I know some of the leaders from Campus Life that work in some of the city schools in Grand Rapids, and they invited me to their fundraising lunch. So Campus Life's, they're at Union High School, and there's some opportunities to get connected into Ottawa as well, and some of the middle schools. And so I'm going to be at this fundraising lunch. He asked if I could fill up a table of 8 people. I said, I don't know if I can, but I'll try. So if you want to come get free lunch and you hear a lot of cool testimonies, a lot of cool stuff that Campus Life is doing. You don't have to give. You certainly could if you wanted to. But that's on May the 5th at noon at the downtown market. So if you want to go to that, just come talk to me. I'm trying to fill up a table for them. Some of you have done Christian nonprofit work. You know how this works. It helps if you could just get people there. And so I told them I'd try to help them out if I could. Yeah, a lot going on. Today after church, we have a lunch for those who are interested in kids ministry, specifically the planning side of it. So anyone's welcome to stick around. We're going to do a planning lunch and kind of build some structures and systems and put some people in charge of different things. So if that's something that strikes you, feel free to stick around today. And then this coming Saturday at 10 a.m., Jeff Abbott, our trainer on audio video stuff, he's going to be back. We're trying to figure out the live streaming still. We're trying to test out one of our mics and fix it. But if you are one of those people that I've said, hey, we need more AV people, this Saturday at 3, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. This Saturday at 10, be here with Jeff. He's our trainer. He's our guy to train us. And we need more people in that area. And and I frankly, again, can't be there this Saturday. I have other stuff going on already. And so it would be nice to have, I know Mario and Alan will be there, which is great, but a couple other people to just kind of help open up the building, help set things up. If you got a couple hours on Saturday, let me know. That is a need. That is a need. So yeah, that's what's going on. So, and this is our second to last one of these. So again, relish this, just take it in. Next week will be our last one of these. And then in 2 weeks is our preview service. So be thinking about who you can invite to the preview service. And from there, we're going to do our soft launch. We're going to be meeting weekly, doing our worship service. And so that's exciting. That's exciting stuff. So Victoria, I'm going to pass it back over to you for our devotional. And what I'm going to do